Local for You, NBC4 at 6 starts now.
I'm just wishing that a lot of people, everybody, black and white citizens, bring this tragedy home with you and understand how you would feel if it was your loved ones. It's not a black and white issue. This is a people issue.
A family seeking justice believes they are one step closer to getting it. This as former Columbus police officer Adam Coy remains behind bars tonight, charged in the murder of Andre Hill. Good evening to you, everybody. I'm Kerry Charles.
I'm Colleen Marshall. Thank you for joining us at 6. Adam Coy now faces 4 criminal charges: murder, felonious assault, and 2 charges of dereliction of duty. All this after state investigators and the Ohio Attorney General's office spent weeks looking at all the evidence.
Our team coverage has reaction from the arrest, all throughout the state. We start with NBC4's Alan Henry, who has more on the message from family members. Alan, these folks, they have been hoping Coy would be arrested and charged.
Well, Kerry, this is a day the family has been both hoping and waiting for. Their attorney telling me today that too often these types of cases never even get to this step.
We are relieved this morning with the indictments, but we are not satisfied.
Attorney Ben Crump and the Hill family say the indictment of Adam Coy is just the first step toward a conviction. And while they say the indictment is good news, they know the road ahead could be tough.
I'm glad that everybody stepped up and seen what we seen in this murder. And it's just hard because this is what's supposed to happen when another person murders somebody. This is what's supposed to happen. Yep. The prosecutors are supposed to do this.
Crump says unlike other cases, he believes the body cam footage paints a clear picture of what happened leading up to the shooting and after. He believes that evidence got the indictment and hopes it will also get a conviction.
They saw it. They saw it. And we want to say to the Attorney General, just because there's an indictment, we still expect, based on this evidence, for you to get a conviction. We're not satisfied with just an indictment.
And Adam Coy is scheduled to have his first court appearance here behind me tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. We'll, of course, be there and bring you the latest information as we get it. Local for You, Alan Henry, NBC4.
Alan, thanks. All that emotion pouring out after a rough 44 days for Hill's family. Andre Hill was shot multiple times by then Officer Coy. It happened in late December during a non-emergency call, and Coy's body camera, you see the video right here, shows the entire incident. But he did not start recording audio until after the shooting. Hill was unarmed and died that day. Now, Coy was fired a week later, but the fallout, it did not stop there. NBC4 was first to tell you the Chief of Police, Thomas Quinlan, resigned from his position just last week as his probationary term as chief came to an end. The mayor blamed Quinlan for not implementing the reform and change needed. Now, in the past few days, City Council took steps to pass Andre's Law. And today we learned Mayor Ginther signed it into law. Andre's Law requires officers to activate body cameras and render first aid. Some members of the community say it is not enough. A number of faith leaders are calling for more changes. NBC4's KARINA CHEUNG spoke with some of them today. She joins us live. So, KARINA, they are saying this is some sense of reform, but they want more. What else do they want to see take place?
Well, Kerry, I caught up with Reverend Dr. Tim Aarons this afternoon, and he says while this indictment is a step in the right direction, there needs to be more for meaningful change. Now, Reverend Dr. Aarons tells me he's impressed with how quickly the indictment came down and is looking forward to seeing this case before a court. Now, Aarons is among faith leaders that have been calling for police reform in the city. He says there has been some positive change, like Andre's Law, which you mentioned earlier, but he wants to see more done when it comes to the police department.
Systemically and systematically, they set up the operation to see each member of this community as human. And that really, you know, from a faith perspective, is the call of each of us as people of faith, as humans, to see one another as human.
And tonight at 7 o'clock, what faith leaders say we need to do as a city to move forward as this case moves forward in the courts. Local for You in Columbus, I'm KARINA CHEUNG, NBC4.
Karina, thank you. New tonight at 6, we are getting a glimpse inside what life in the Franklin County Jail is like for Adam Coy. A spokesperson for the sheriff's office tells us he is being detained in a single-person cell. We're told that is standard for any high-profile case that's under intense public scrutiny, and that he is not receiving any special treatment because he's a former officer. They also tell us he is not on any specific safety watch used to track inmates who might be suicidal or show self-harm behaviors.
Today, Governor DeWine weighed in on the indictment of former Columbus police officer Adam Coy. NBC4's Dan Perlman joins us live from the State House. And Dan, I say that he weighed in on this, but you asked him about it directly.
Yeah, Kerry, I absolutely did. I asked Governor DeWine a couple of questions, the first of which was about what he would say to Andre Hill's family. Governor DeWine telling me his heart goes out to them, referring to this as, and I quote, a horrible, horrible, horrible tragedy. I also asked the governor what he would say to police officers across the state as a now former officer sits in jail facing a number of charges, including one for murder. The governor saying the vast majority of officers are amazing people who do amazing work, while there are officers who do not do a good job. He also added this.
I have great faith in our criminal justice system, and when a grand jury makes a decision, the system is in fact working. Someone is indicted. You have to presume everyone's innocent until they go to the full trial, and that's what we all have to do. But, the system is working, and we move forward.
Of course, the next step in the criminal justice process in this case is Coyne's arraignment, which is scheduled again for tomorrow. Local for you in Columbus, Dan Perlman, NBC4.
Dan.